What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Bets show. As always, I'm your host, MattyChucks, with my co-host, AustinsProps. Now, before I get all the comments of your setup looks different, blah, 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 I'm in Vermont for a few days doing some wedding stuff, so had to make sure we still got the show done. My mic is not here, nor is my camera, my light, whatever, my cool background. So deal with it for these next today and tomorrow's episode. But Austin, besides that, how are we doing today?
We're doing good, man. I had probably my best day yesterday of just complete luck, but it turned into a sweep. So feeling good. The vibes are feeling good. I'm feeling lucky. I feel like today could continue.
I'm down to continue that sweep. We need a 3-0 sweep. We had an unfortunate episode last time. We went 1-2, but we're still 8-5 on the show for this new format that we're doing, plus 1.63 units. And it's time to grow those units again. Took a little bit of a hit, but nothing crazy. We have 3 plays again. Again, 1 money line, 1 pitcher prop, 1 hitter prop. Let's just get down to business. You know, they don't want to hear us small talk. They want to hear the plays. So let's do the hitter prop first. Starling Marte over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. It's on DraftKings and MGM for those on sportsbooks, and you can also play it on your DFS apps. That is there on most books. Marte's been crushing. He's batting like basically 300 last 7 days. And Austin's going to go into some personal numbers and historical numbers versus Wade Miley. But Marte's been good in that 2-hole for the Mets. And hopefully with this Mets team can keep this little offensive momentum that they kind of have. And I'm just wishing the best as a Mets fan. But I do think they're in a good spot today.
Yeah, I mean, he's quietly been and I mean really quietly, been like the Mets' best hitter, like as of recent. The dude's performed, and the numbers back that up. He has a hit in 14 of the last 17 games. He's versus Miley. He's batting 425 plate appearances, so it's a pretty large sample size against him, and we've seen a ton of success. He's going to get on base. He's going to hit the ball hard. Great matchup. I think also batting second, I like having Pete Alonso, who didn't get a hit or contribute at all yesterday. I think he bounces back today. He could hit a home run with Marte on base. Lindor's there at the 3-hole. There's just a lot of quality at-bats behind him, along with Nimmo in front of him. It gives him an upside at an RBI as well. So I think 1.5 is more than doable today in what should be a decently run-scored game.
I mean, he can get 2 hits too and just let it be done nice and easy. But
yeah,
I do think there's a good chance today, especially with the way Miley pitches, that, you know, Lindor or Alonso can hit a little extra base hit. If Marte does get on base, his speed allows for him to score from first as well. So just a lot of chances here for Starling Marte, which is why we love it. Going on to the money line play, we were deciding between the Phillies money line and the Marlins money line. So if the Marlins money line loses, just know that we were going to play the Phillies too. But the Marlins was cheaper price. And if we like it a little more with the Red Sox and a little bit of a bullpen day. The Marlins did win 10-1 last night versus the Red Sox. I'm not saying it's going to be that much of a juggernaut of an offensive game for them, but they do have a better matchup with the bullpen day with the Red Sox, and the Red Sox facing Braxton Garrett, who is a lefty. You know, guys like Verdugo, Yoshida, Devers, it's going to be lefty. Not really the best matchup for them. And I think the Marlins just have the edge. They've been crushing right-handed pitching and just playing very well. They're like almost 10 games above 500, I think, just sneakily climbing the standings. So I'm going to keep riding the Marlins wave. What are your thoughts, Austin?
Yeah, the Marlins have been the surprise of the season for me. They've been dominant. And I mean, they've had a lot of good help with Braxton Garrett, Yuri Perez, guys like that stepping up. And I think Braxton Garrett's just been a quality arm, so it's tough to not ride him, especially with the bullpen day from Boston. Like, I don't really trust them. And I think, like you said, spot on. It's difficult arm to face with Yoshida, Verdugo. Those guys are going to have a tough time with that lefty. So I feel pretty good with it and ride the hot hand.
Yeah, it's interesting because Sandy's kind of taken a little step down. He's not a bad pitcher by any means, but he's not as dominant as he was last year. And they're doing so much better because of guys like Braxton Garrett, Yuri Perez, even Luzardo started off hot and he's still pitching well. Like, they just have a lot of depth. And I think Luis Arias can make any team that much better as well. And him batting leadoff just changes the whole landscape of a couple innings. So Marlins money line it is for a cheap price of -125. The last play is a pitcher prop, Christian Javier over 4.5 hits allowed, -120. Me and Austin were talking about how we both were kind of on his over outs last start, and he walked it seemed like 15 guys. I think it ended up being what? Four guys?
Five walks, 1 hit by pitch.
So six six free runners. And we were talking about how when you're a pitcher and you're in your head and you're just letting guys get on base for free, the next outing you're really going to focus on just attacking the zone. Let them beat you, not you beat yourself. And we did a little deep dive. The last 2 times he's walked 3 or more guys. The next game he went 6 innings, 0 walks, but did allow over 4.5 hits. So he did seem to target the zone a lot more and just allowed guys to put the ball in play. And he pitched better, gave up more hits, but he wasn't walking a lot of guys, which also saves the pitch count as well.
Spot on. Yeah, spot on. And I know it's not like the most analytical way of looking at a prop, but sometimes you just have to keep it simple and trust the baseball knowledge that you have. And so, like, on paper, it's -120, so it's about an even line. It just makes sense. And if you look at what the Cardinals have done against starting pitching, like, they've 13 of the last 14 arms they've gotten over 5 hits against. Like, he's got tough guys to face who I know the Cardinals haven't been like what we expected, but they still got guys in that lineup, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Like that.
100%. There's dogs in that lineup that you're not going to want to play. There's young guys, there's veterans. Whatever they're doing at the trade deadline doesn't go hand in hand with the way they've been playing recently. And they had such a poor start to the season, but recently they've been putting up some numbers. They just beat the Astros as well. The Astros were a popular pick yesterday. Not saying the Cardinals win this game, but I think you're right. The 5 hits seems very doable with the way we think he's going to approach the game as well.
Yeah, and he's probably going to go 6 innings today. You know, like I don't hate his over 15.5 pitching outs look at -110 either, but if he goes 6 innings, that just gives you more opportunity. Obviously, he's probably pitching pretty well, but it also gives you more opportunity at hits. Like, I don't think it's likely, just off the pitcher Christian Javier is, to have 2 outings where he goes 2 innings and 4 innings, you know? Like,
yeah,
he's going to throw strikes. He's not walking 9 guys again. And if he does, the wheels just simply have fell off.
And he only pitched 82 pitches last game. So when you look, he's probably has a little bit of a longer leash, may go into the hundreds, especially if he's pitching well. And they kind of, they're going to want these guys to keep going deep, especially guys like their Valdez's, their Javier's. This is what they've been doing all season long, and why the Astros are so great. So they're not gonna pull him early unless he's walking 5 guys. I think the last time his pitch count was up. If he's pitching decently well, you have a high total. His earned runs at 2.5. So realistically, they think he's gonna give up 3 runs anyway. So I don't think he gets pulled if he gives up 3, maybe 4 runs either. As long as it's maybe a guy gets on base and a solo shot, or he gets out of all the jams that he's in. So
yeah, and he's favored under 2.5 walks. So I mean, if we can stay under 2 walks, I'd honestly be really happy with our chances in this spot. Once you start getting into the 3 to 4, it's just like too many base runners for the pitch count to handle, but you still have a chance. I mean, he could walk 4 and still give up 5 hits. He almost did it in 2 innings against the Mets. So there's just ways talking this over logistically that it can go over. You know what I mean? And the lineup is just too good, I guess you would say, to like fade it. It feels like a really good spot that no one's talking about.
Yeah, I like it. So to go over the 3 plays again, the hitter prop is Starling Marte over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, -135 on DraftKings. Marlins money line -125, and Christian Javier over 4.5 hits allowed. This was like a 3-0 card to me. Thank you guys for listening. Best luck in your bets today. We'll see you guys next time on the episode. See you guys later. Peace.